Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 Manager 2022, and after the last episode was the Singapore Grand Prix, my home away from home. I'm currently based in Singapore, it's where I live. Obviously my home Grand Prix would be the British Grand Prix, which we've already done and didn't do very well in. But the Singapore Grand Prix, my home away from home, Seb Vettel got a 4th place finish thanks to a late safety car with pitting onto fresh soft tyres, really got him in. Frederick Vesti, he's really struggling. He's really struggling. But this weekend is the Japanese Grand Prix, and we don't really have much to update you on. We've manufactured a few parts, done a few sponsor obligation stuff, but generally, yeah, we're just getting through to the end of the season now. We're focusing on research more than anything else. Like, we've got projects going on for 2 research things. We are doing a new front wing just to get us to the end of the season, so we're manufacturing some new front wings because well, Vesti keeps breaking them all. So it's something about that car too. I think it's cursed. Maybe we should never have sacked Lance Stroll. Maybe that's what the game's trying to tell us, hey? Maybe that is what it's trying to tell us. But I think we will again just go for one driver into reach Q3? Get out of here. We'll put Q2 and qualifying position on. That's not a problem at all. Finishing position, we're not going to get the fastest lap. And the finishing position streak is still 2 of 4. So as long as we finish above 15th, 4 times in a row, we get quite a lot of money. We're not going to put the qualification streak on there either. But, yeah, I think we're in a pretty decent position to get into this Grand Prix now. We do have some good components on Car 1 for the race. Car 2's looking okay, although the gearbox where Vesti keeps crashing does take a few hits every so often. But overall, no, I'm pretty happy. So I think we're just going to dive straight in to the Suzuka International Racing Grand Prix in Japan, and we'll be back for qualifying. So we're about to jump into qualifying, and some interesting events have taken place in practice. Frederick Vesti, who we did a qualifying sort of practice run with, got the 5th fastest time in practice 3, which is absolutely incredible, to be honest. Sebastian Vettel managed to do one as well, up into 12th. Lots of penalties going to come in for Sainz, Verstappen, Perez, Gasly in there as well. So it should be an interesting qualifying, to be honest. But yeah, all good so far. Both drivers are looking pretty good. If we go to the overview there, Seb is full 100% on everything, which is great. Vesti 100%, 100% and 99% on the confidence. So both of them getting the maximum 15 bonus points going into qualifying and the race, which is awesome because Vesti probably needs as much attribute improvement as he can because he loves to bin off a car. Right, let's get into qualifying then. This is what we're going with. We just need to upgrade the car parts as ever. So fresh new engine goes into the back of Seb's car. We get the good ERS into the back of Seb's car, and he gets a lovely good gearbox as well. Lovely stuff. Into Vesti's car. He's not got quite as good components because he keeps crashing and therefore damaging them. But he's going to have to just deal with it. I'm expecting Vesti to come pretty near the back, to be honest. Yeah, he's already got a 69% gearbox. I'm thinking we may, again, just take loads of grid penalties for Vesti and starting from the back anyway after this qualifying. Can we get, what have we got with the sponsors? Reach Q2, qualifying position, get one driver above 15th, and they want us to reach Q3. With both drivers, are you having a mare? What are you on about? Right, let's go into qualifying. Okay, here we are, qualifying. We're going to send out Vesti straight away to try and get some rubber down on the track and, you know, hopefully not crash when other people aren't around him. That would be pretty helpful. He makes his way out. We're actually just going to give this a little bit of time to give him some distance. And then we're going to send out Vettel as well, just to make it early doors, get a banker time in there, hopefully. No one getting in the way. Obviously, Suzuka is a very interesting track. It's got the bridge, or whether the figure of 8 circuit. Vettel's got held up by Tsunoda already, which is a bit irritating. Vesti sets the fastest lap at a 1:30 and then gets beaten by Vettel. Immediately, both of them beaten by Bottas and Zhou. So yeah, that's a little bit annoying. I feel like we're just gonna blitz this and try and get into Q2 with both drivers. So we're gonna put fresh softs on both of them and set our fastest possible times that we can. At the moment, it looks like lots of people getting held up. Gasly going really slow, Schumacher going slow, Norris not setting a very quick time, Tsunoda not setting a really quick time either. We could have done 2 flying laps, maybe. Maybe in the future we'll try doing that. Stay out for 2 fast laps and see what we can get done. But yeah, at the moment we're sitting good with Vettel. Verstappen again not setting a good lap. He may have hit some traffic, but he's in a position where he shouldn't really, because he's now holding up Latifi. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with Max Verstappen's car, to be honest. He seems to really, really be struggling. So, 1:28 is Alonso's best time at the moment. He sits in provisional pole, although it is only Q1. Perez now takes it. There we go. That's a bit more like it from the Red Bulls. And we've got 6 minutes here. I'm going to send Vesti out now. I'm going to see if Vesti can get because he should be in a good position here to get round, start a flying lap now where there's absolutely zero traffic. So Vesti's going to have the whole track to himself. Right, everyone else is now going out. Luckily, Vesti's going to set his time here, so we're going to slow this down. So that's Vesti's time done, but he did do it on a completely empty track. So we're going to go to 2 times speed because Vesti's going to come in and then everyone's going to start their lap. Yeah, so right, we're going to try and time this right with Seb to make sure that we get everyone out, as Vesti's just crossing the line there. So Sainz is out, Tsunoda goes, the Alpine goes, Bottas. I don't mind sitting behind Bottas or Schumacher, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. So Vesti's best time is there, so he's not going to improve, which is a bit of a disappointment, to be honest. He should now be coming in to settle in the garage. He's done his fast lap, so that's a bit of a you know, cat amongst the pigeons, isn't it? Setting him in there, which is an interesting thing to do, actually. He did get the whole track to himself, so it should be it should be his best time that he could sit. As everyone now is starting their fast laps as Vesti comes in, we're going to jump on board as ever with Sebastian Vettel. So let's see how he does as he comes round the start-finish straight. He's got 10 seconds to get there. He's going to do it very, very easily. But yeah, Vesti is now done. A 2.3. Yeah, Vesti's not really impressing, is he? He's not really having a good time. But on board with Sebastian Vettel as the session is over. Vesti's time is done. At the moment, he's setting a quicker time than Lando Norris, which is good to see. So who have we got leading this pack? Is it Lando Norris? I think it is Lando Norris. I'm going to try and watch the drivers as they come across the line. So Lando Norris will just be coming round. Is it Norris or is it... It's not Norris, it's Ricciardo that's there first, who's going to finish. Daniel Ricciardo is going to come across the line then. At one point, he does improve up to 9th at the moment. Behind him is one of the Alpines. It was Ocon. I'm terrible at doing this. I'm trying. There is Alonso coming across. Vettel has locked up on his quick lap and caused a yellow flag. He's crashed. We came off him from the camera. He's lost his front wing. Sebastian Vettel is in big, big trouble here. Sebastian Vettel is in trouble because it looks like Tsunoda and Schumacher are going to go above him. That is Vettel's best time. I mean, we might as well just call him in. There's no point in finishing the lap. You might as well just come straight into the pits. But at the moment, it's Vesti in 17th. Tsunoda, who is now in danger of overtaking Sebastian Vettel, is going to cross the line. Yuki Tsunoda goes above Vettel. Both drivers out in Q1. A big disappointment. Sebastian Vettel crashing in qualifying 1 is absolutely shocking from Seb. It is absolutely dreadful. Everyone's finished. Oh, he's 1/10 of a second, basically. 0.1 of a second off Magnussen. Ugh. Oh, Seb. Seb. That is really disappointing. We may move up if Gasly has a big grid penalty. If anyone's taking engine components, then, yeah, we might move up. But do we just take... So qualifying ended like this. It was Esteban Ocon in 10th, Gasly 9th, Russell 8th, Alonso 7th, Hamilton 6th, Bottas 5th, Charles Leclerc 4th, Sainz and Perez 3-2, and Max Verstappen sits at number 1. Grosjean Zhou is doing very, very well in that Alfa Romeo. He's definitely on my radar to potentially sign next year. I'm thinking, do we just take new engine parts for both cars and see us through? Let's have a look. Does Seb need... I mean, he's missing a chassis, so emergency manufacture that then. Get that on the car. Right. Install on car 1. Good. And we've put the extra front wing on, which is awesome. Do we have... We've not got any of them. If someone breaks a front wing, we're a little bit screwed in this race. How much is it to $1 million? I mean, we do have the money. We do have the money. Yeah, go on. We'll get them in as well in the factory. The rear wing... we don't normally lose a rear wing. Again, we're going to manufacture some more of them afterwards, I think. I think we're in okay position now. But does Seb need new engines before the end of the season? 84, 87, 79. Potentially a gearbox. I think we can get these 2 gearboxes through to the end of the season. I think that's going to be not an issue. In terms of Vesti, I think, are we going to do new gearbox, new engine, and new ERS for Vesti? There's 4 races left after this, and we've got to use, basically, we now got to use this gearbox in, yeah, because that's 19, 14, 19, 23. We've sort of got to use this gearbox in all the practices, all the qualifying. But it is car number 2, so I'm not, it's car number 2 and it's Vesti, and I'm not going to keep him on next year. Do we put Vesti all the way down to the bottom? Yeah, go on. Why not? We've got the cash. So we'll take the grid penalty. Yep, we will put gearbox 11 on for him now. We're just going to take all new components. We might as well. We're going to have a grid penalty anyway. We're going to be starting from the back, whatever. So we'll take all of them, all of the grid components, get them all in the car, and Vesti will start from the bottom. Right, let's now get into some strategy. Okay, we're splitting the strategies quite drastically. Seb is going to do a one-stopper, softs to hards, and then eke those hards out for quite a long time in the race. If there's a safety car, we can mix it up. And Vesti is going to do soft, medium, softs. He's going to go more in line with what the AI, I think, are going to do, but we're going to try and undercut them at both opportunities. According to this, we're still starting 14th and 15th, which is awesome. But we're going to see if Vesti gets the grid penalty. So let's get into the Japanese Grand Prix. So we're ready to go at the Japanese Grand Prix, and you can see Vesti is right at the back. So he's going to be battling against the Williams. We're going to drive on the TV camera with Sebastian Vettel to start this one and see how we get on. We are doing the classic push. We'll quickly check to see. I'm going to imagine everyone's on softs. They are. I think most of them will be doing soft, medium, soft. I think that is what most people are doing, similar to Vesti. But at the moment, Sebastian Vettel starting 14th. Daniel Ricciardo right in front of them with the Haas of Kevin Magnussen, and then Norris in front of him as well. So it's going to be an interesting start to the race, this one. We need to make some early moves. Vesti needs to prove, again, should he earn it soon. And there is Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari right at the back with his grid penalties. He's not going to enjoy battling against these lower down cars. Perez is there as well. So that's pretty interesting. Verstappen did improve. He's up to 8th, but he's not putting in times that you'd expect of the Red Bull. But let's get back to Sebastian Vettel then, as we're coming round this track in Suzuka, which is good. Go on, get that inside line. Didn't quite get it. Daniel Ricciardo holds him off and closes the door. But yeah, we are making moves here, and Vettel is getting the pace on. He needs to really, really push. He can push on these soft tyres. Both drivers can for the whole race on the softs, but when Seb gets onto the hards, that's when we need to really manage our tyre wear a little bit better, as it looks like it's Magnussen that's actually holding us up, as Vettel gets past Ricciardo using the slipstream of Kevin Magnussen really well. And I think Vettel has made that stick, has he? He's trying to. Kevin Magnussen's got to defend from 2 drivers here. This could be an accident waiting to happen as we come round. And Vettel is tucked in nicely behind Magnussen now. And can he make a move here? Magnussen going defensive, as you can see. Ricciardo in the slipstream of Sebastian Vettel. Vesti still at the back, not even with a challenge on Latifi just yet. So we're going to focus on Sebastian Vettel here, as they're very, very close in and amongst each other. And yeah, Magnussen again is causing this gap to Lando Norris in front, who again, we know we've got a quicker pace than the McLaren, or we did in the last couple of Grand Prix. But right now, we're in a good position. Battery isn't really deploying too much. Both drivers saving a bit of fuel as they are in the slipstream of others, which therefore means they're not going, or they're not using too much of the engine power, or as much engine power. But yeah, Vesti really does need to make a move. He's tried to make a move on Latifi and hasn't got it done. But will he this time? Latifi's going very, very defensive. But no, Vesti doesn't. Although Vesti's got the inside here. Surely this time, yes, Vesti up into 19th, getting past Latifi. Lovely stuff from the young Danish driver. Well done, Frederick Vesti. Vettel still trying to make his moves on Kevin Magnussen, as we are, what, about halfway through lap number 2. Didn't quite get there. There is a yellow flag in sector 2. There's multiple cars have crashed. Yeah, okay, we're just in sector 2. What has happened here? Leclerc out in front, Bottas in behind, Alonso behind him, Hamilton is there somewhere. Russell, Ocon, those guys are all still good in their line. Tsunoda is, I think, in a good position. Verstappen's still on the track. Gasly's there. There's Zhou. There's Norris. There's Magnussen. There's us. Sainz is behind us. Perez. Oh, there's a bit of front wing there. Perez has lost his front wing. Albon has lost his front wing. And hopefully Vesti isn't getting involved in this now. And he's not. He's managed to avoid the danger. There is a virtual safety car. A virtual safety car is on. So we're going to just conserve... Actually, Seb's in a really good position. He can just conserve absolutely everything. Vesti, we will just keep on light. We'll go to balanced, and then we'll put on harvest as well. But yeah, so a virtual safety car is out after a collision. It looked like somehow between Albon and Perez. Could we use this? Because Vesti's proper again. Let's just watch it quickly, see what happened.
So let's look at this.
So
Sergio Perez.
Sergio Perez coming around the corner. He's got a Williams. Well, so Williams goes off and comes back on dangerously, and Vesti does really well not to get caught up in that. Wow, okay, good work from those two. I'm wondering, could we... Is there a way we can try and use this to our advantage for Vesti? Now, I know it's asking a lot, but if we pull out these... Like, come onto the mediums... No, we're going to have to really drop off unless these softs can make it. It's going to be tough. I mean, that's potentially doable because I don't think the hards can drag out if we get rid of that quickly. No, the hards definitely can't there. That's foolish, Dave. Why would you even think that? Do we try and gain track position with Vesti, thinking that other people are going to come into pit and try something like this? Because we should gain track position there. I'm just going to... On his current strategy, his pit here is going to happen on what? 35, 6, 7, 38. So if we went to the hards here, brought them all the way in, which means we'll lose positions here, but we should gain it back when everyone pits to go onto their mediums. So 38, wouldn't it? 5, 6, 7, 8. So it'll be around here. I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to mix this up a little bit here with Vesti. I think we're going to go onto strategy D. And we're going to say, go onto the hards and pit. So you lose position at the start. Yeah, you'll lose position when you pit. But everyone else will pit around here and hopefully you gain places then. And then you're pitting at a similar time to everyone else. So hopefully you keep the positions that you've gained. Yeah, I think that is what we're going to go with. It's a slightly strange thing to do. I understand that. But I think this is what we're going to do. So we're going to pit in. Come onto those hard tyres now. Lose the positions here.
This is good.
And go from there. Because we won't be last. So, yeah, we won't be last. So that's definitely going to happen. Everyone's going very slow under the virtual safety car. We will quickly watch Vesti in the pits. Looks like a good stop. Looks like a decent stop. 2.5. Yeah, very good from the team there. I'm happy with that. So let's see what happens here and when. Okay, so the virtual safety car is now ending. So let's get Vesti to push as much as he can at the moment. What's happening with Vettel up here? Yeah, I think we just tell Vettel to bomb it on this restart. We know he's good at restarts, so I'm hoping that we can make this work for both drivers here, and maybe it's a risky strategy to do because he's now so far behind. But he's 17 seconds, and I think he's going to be in a good position. He should be in a good position here, Vesti. If he can put in some good lap times, we know we've got to manage those hard tyres. It's meant to be done on aggressive, not fully push. So we'll just get him up to speed, and then we're going to drop that down, let him manage his own race, and see those tyres through as best we can, I think. Right, I mean, we didn't even get to DRS. I didn't even think about that. We didn't even get DRS activated because of the virtual safety car. So that's irritating, isn't it? Yeah, Sebastian Vettel getting a really good move on Magnussen. He went a little bit wide. Vettel held the inside and got up above him. Lovely stuff from our experienced German driver. Climbing the positions up into 12th now, Sebastian Vettel. Really good stuff from him. And a second gap towards Magnussen, although we still don't have DRS open at this stage. Vesti is putting in... Oh, it's just been enabled, DRS. Vesti is putting in some good lap times, and Perez is catching him, and now DRS is enabled. All we need to do is get Vesti to be pulled along by Perez. That is literally all we need to happen now. In fact, I'm very tempted to say, let's let Perez pass on this bit. Like, don't defend, like, don't fight him. I wish there was an option to say don't fight, let that card go, because what we want is to be behind him along here when all the DRS actually becomes activated. So hopefully Perez makes this move quite easy. Perez setting the fastest lap time at the moment. It also does give us then a little bit more life. Right, Perez, you go through nicely, mate. Come on, you can make this work, Perez. You've got this. You've got this, Perez. Don't dilly-dally. You can make this. Why are you not overtaking this driver? There we go. Right, we'll put that back to aggressive. You can push the fuel a little bit. We'll sit in neutral for the time being, just to make sure that we sit on the back of Perez and we stay within that second, hopefully. Although, obviously, Perez is a much better driver in a much faster car. But hopefully, that does work. Although Perez overtakes Vesti, we know that one. Where is the DRS zone here? I think it's round that next straight. So we're probably actually not going to be...
They'll come to us.
I think Perez is going to leave us behind. That's the difference of the cars and the driver. Unless we can push this now and get this done get back within a second. The whole plan has massively failed to get pulled along by Checo Perez. He is pushing. He is close. He's very, very close. Come on, get within a second. Get within a second. It's going to really help you. Oh, you ballsed it. You ballsed it up. All right, run your own race. Yeah, run your own race. You've got to just make this strategy work now. Vesti. Right, back to our main man, Sebastian Vettel. He is a second off Lando Norris. We're still pushing on everything to try and close that gap. Ideally, Seb will close this gap and we will make some inroads into Norris and then Zhou and then Gasly. And Verstappen is still part of that group as well. So definitely something up with Verstappen's car. Okay, Seb's done a really good job. He's basically reined in this group in front now, which I'm hoping means we're going to be dragged along by the DRS, which means we can start saving a little bit of our ERS to harvest. I don't know why he doesn't have his rear wing open. That's irritating. Were you not? He may have been just outside a second then in terms of the detection zone, which is very frustrating. Very, very frustrating, to be honest. But he's doing a good job, Seb. He's doing a good job. So Seb and Carlos Sainz have both now caught up very much with this gaggle of cars here. And Seb has DRS. He is in DRS range, and he should be able to make this work. We're harvesting his ERS, though, so we're not really pushing as hard as we can. And again, I don't mind if Carlos Sainz get past us. That's not our battle. Our battle isn't Carlos Sainz. Our battle is with the likes of Norris, Zhou, Gasly, and those sorts of drivers. But the more we're getting pulled along by this and we're managing to charge a bit of our ERS, I'm more than happy. So as long as that stays within a second, we're all good. And even if Sainz overtakes us, we're going to be within a second of him and still get pulled around by DRS as well. This section here really does eat in if you're not deploying at all. So we'll just go back to neutral just for make sure we're within that second. Carlos Sainz getting frustrated right behind us. Hopefully doesn't hit into the back of us. That would be very, very irritating, to be honest. As again, coming around this section. I just checked strategies as well when I was off not commentating. And I think everyone else is going to pit around lap 20, like 18 to 20, off the softs onto the mediums, and that's when we really need to make it work for Seb, who's going to be pitting. He's on pitting on 19, but then he's going to stay out. So, yeah, we need to really get some positions here and make sure we stay with a group of cars so that when they pit for the second time, we're in a decent position. That's the plan anyway. That's the plan, as we're very, very close to this group of cars coming down here. Carlos Sainz is looking to make a move. Seb just covers him off nicely. Why is it cars behind us always have the fastest lap? That's a little bit irritating, isn't it? But we can harvest nicely around this corners, or at least not deploy. So we should see our battery jump quite a lot, I feel, as we come over the start-finish straight. As you can see, everyone... Yeah, it's weird to see Max Verstappen holding up a group of cars in front. It doesn't really make sense, but he's clearly got a problem with his car that Red Bull just will not fix. So I think we're going to go for it now. Let's deploy and really get up close behind Lando Norris and use that to our advantage. So Carlos Sainz going around the outside of Sebastian Vettel. He's going to have the inside for the next corner. So good driving from Carlos Sainz. Although Seb's not giving that place up easily. But I'm not too fussed about that. Sainz will probably tow us along now and cut through this group in front. So all in all, we're not... Again, it's not a terrible position to be in. Vesti's still struggling, but is closing the gap to the cars in front of him, which is good to see. So at the moment, I'm not too upset with how we're doing in this race. Okay, so first driver pitting in is Alonso, and he's going to come out. What's he got on? Is it another pair of softs? It's another pair of softs for Fernando Alonso. So he's definitely doing a two-stopper, and he's the first person to pit them, which puts Vettel up into 12th. Alonso pitting very, very early, to be said there. 15 laps in, and he's gone soft. So he's doing, what's that, soft, soft, hard? Or soft, soft, medium? Did Seb still have these ones up? So he'll be doing soft, soft, medium. So Alonso's on strategy B. Yeah, okay. All right, interesting. Interesting from Alonso. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2 as someone has run wide. Not too sure who that was. Seb still nicely just being pulled along by Carlos Sainz. Zhou actually in front of us. Is that going to cause issues for this train? Zhou, oh, he only goes slightly wide now. He manages to keep most of his pace, so not a big issue there for Guan Yu Zhou. As Seb, yeah, look, keeping pace now. We're in a good position with Seb here. And he's doing all right, and we are getting into the pit window for everyone, so we should see some teams pitting in pretty soon, which, given Seb's position, I really don't mind, because we're doing a one-stopper, and I think that's going to take the AI by a bit of surprise. If an AI can be surprised, we'll find out. Here we go then, we're getting into the pitting zone, so Magnussen is pitting in, Leclerc is in, he comes out on fresh softs as well, Tsunoda is fitting on new softs, Magnussen, Vesti's crashed, obviously, what an idiot, he's damaged the front wing again. Vesti, what is wrong with you? We've changed this strategy up for you, you absolute moron. And you're going to absolutely ruin it. Right. You're going on to... We don't have another set of hards either. You absolute bellend. Oh, Vesti, you are doing my nutting. You really are. Do we just keep the strategy and change the front wing? So Vesti's gone from what was attempting to be a quick two-stop to now a... So now it was going to be a, what, a three-stop. Unbelievable, Vesti. You are really testing my patience here, mate. Well, I guess we go for that then. On to the mediums and go to the softs. Or do we go softs to mediums? Nah, we're going to go onto the mediums, onto the softs. Not that one. That one stays there. You come down here. And that is now our new strategy because you, sir, are not a good driver. And I should not have picked you. You looked really good. You look like you could have had potential, but you didn't. Well, you do, but you're not going to fulfill it at Aston Martin. I can tell you that right now. Okay, pit options. Onto the mediums. Car parts. Replace the front wing. Pit this lap. So that is probably going to put Vesti last in this race. Yes, I know you're coming in. You're coming into the pits. Are you coming into pit? Pit options. Onto the mediums. Car parts, front wing. Let's just confirm that now. Yes, good. Oh, Vesti. Oh, Vesti. At least you're in a decent position to actually come in straight into the pits. So, we'll see this stop. Obviously, they don't have the animation to show you the front wing changing. But, oh, Vesti. As if, mate. So, we'll lift that up. Change the tyres. Release him. Then they'll do the front wing. Everyone stands there while he's getting his front wing done. A new front wing should just magically appear, and off he goes. Excellent. He is now dead last in this race, and we are giving up on him because he is useless. Frederick Vesti is not going to be our second driver next year. We can confirm that now after Suzuka. Arguably, he's done a worse job than Nico Hülkenberg, so that's how bad it's been. Right, we're going to deploy a little bit with Seb just to make sure we don't lose this DRS. Although Bottas is now in. Is everyone now doing this? Is everyone doing soft, soft, medium? I feel like everyone is going to be doing soft, soft, medium. And it's going to give an advantage at the end, but we're going for track position with Seb. That is what we're going with. As he comes in and he's going... No, he's going soft, medium, soft. Okay. So Bottas is doing soft, medium, soft. He's going to come out behind Sebastian Vettel. Bottas will be coming out that pit lane as Vettel still... plows on through Schumacher pits, but he's behind us, so we don't really care about him. Yeah, Seb's doing okay. He's got 36% tyres, and he's got 2 more laps to do until his optimal window, but we can bring him in slightly early if we need to. I'd prefer to keep him out.
So we're happy to let these tyres cool a bit.
We are sort of in our own little bit of no man's land at the moment, because Leclerc and Sainz have got past us and doing their own thing. In fact, we said we could push, didn't we? Yeah, push everything with him. Okay, I'm not upset with the position we're in other than Vesti. So I feel like Seb can nurse these tyres around a little bit, make it work. I think we've got a 2-second gap. A 2-second gap to Ricciardo. Do we use these laps to charge the battery and then come out full beans? We're going to see what happens here because not many people in front of us have pitted. Leclerc has pitted and came out in front of us, so he's done a really good job. But these guys all here are still very much in our range. Here goes. So Ocon is also now into the pits. What strategy is he going to do? Some of these are staying out longer, which means they may do hard tyre. Got a Ferrari there with some mediums ready. So Ocon's going on to the mediums. Verstappen is going on. Norris is in. Sainz is in. Okay, right. This is where we need to absolutely blitz it. We'll check everyone's strategy in just a sec, but we need to get back to looking at Sebastian Vettel, who finds himself up in 5th. I think we literally deploy anything we've got. It's going to empty the battery. We push, and we're going to come in at the end of this lap onto those hards, and we're just going to have to make them work. Right, Seb, this is your moment to push and just create some space. This would be really impressive if you can do that for us, Seb. We believe in you. As Ocon is out on mediums, Bottas mediums, Verstappen mediums, Perez has gone onto the hards after his early stop for his front wing. Gasly mediums, Sainz mediums. I think everyone's doing a 2-stopper, and we're still risking it with Seb on the 1-stop. Maybe Hamilton and Russell will go onto hards and try and do a 1-stop. We'll have to see how that goes, but it's crucial now that Seb doesn't do any sort of stupid lockups or running wide or anything like that, and just makes it round to the pits with minimal issues, I think is the best way to describe it. I'm going to expect Ricciardo will pit the same lap as us. Leclerc is going to have a massive lead in this race when it comes to it. But yeah, we're gonna see how this works. 29% tyres, so we are coming in on this lap, which is correct. Hamilton is in the pits as well, just in front of us, and he's going on to the mediums. Okay, so he is doing a 2-stop as well. As Zhou comes in now, Zhou going on to the mediums will be brilliant for us. If he goes on to the hards, right? So Vettel is in as well. We'll watch Seb stop. So Hamilton is in. Zhou, I can't quite see Zhou's tyres yet. They are the mediums. Okay, we are the only team doing a 1-stopper onto the hards. He's got a lot of work to make these last till the end, Seb. But, you know, I believe in him. I believe, Seb. I believe in you. You can do this. And it's all about hoping this gets us track position, as there is Lando Norris, who's going to come behind us. Yeah, okay, this is going to be interesting. So we're going to push for a little bit, and then we're just going to ease off and let Seb look after the tyres, because I'm hoping that we can gain quite a good number of positions from this strategy. I mean, how far is Vesti off Albon? 17 seconds. Unbelievable. Vesti is having a shocker. He's having an absolute shocker again. Oh, Vesti. Frederick, what are you playing at, son? What are you playing at? Right, do we let Norris go and try and hang on to his coattails? I think we do with DRS. We'll try and let Norris go past us and work from there. Okay, I was watching Seb trying to just keep up with the McLarens, which he is doing, but we've had a multiple car crash. Leclerc's fine. Russell and Hamilton are fine. Ocon looks good. Verstappen looks good. Alonso has had a big accident here. And this is... I never want to see an accident. Obviously you do. But I never want to see drivers injured. But Alonso and Bottas have had quite the incident here. And it's going to hold everyone up. That should be a full safety car. And it is a full safety car, which changes everything for us. Let's quickly get everyone on this sort of stuff. What do we want to do here? I think we just leave Vettel out. We leave Vettel out because it's going to really help his tyres. And I've got a feeling with Vesti, we might change his strategy again. And go back on the hards. Nah, they're not going to last, are they? Because it's a used set. I don't think those softs are going to last either. No, they're not. Okay, so Vesti doesn't change. Vesti stays as he is. He's so far at the back anyway. I mean, it's a full safety car, though. It feels silly not to try something, right? I know this looks absolutely bonkers, but I'm thinking a free pit onto fresh tyres means you can go quicker. Fresh tyres will be quicker. Once they're warmed to temperature, they will be quicker. Although, is that an unnecessary stop? Because when were we pitting? Yeah, it's an unnecessary stop because it's not changing when we go onto the soft. So, okay. Do we keep Seb out? And therefore, I mean, if we add in a medium set here. Onto the mediums. Which are a quicker tyre. Oh, we could push them. You could push them till the end. You really could. You can get a better pace out of the mediums. Under safety car, I think that is what we do. We've got this little stint on the mediums, which now means we can, on the hards, which means we can change to the mediums. And I think, yeah, we definitely can make it to the end on those mediums with a bit of a push as well. So, I do prefer that. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go with. I love the fact you have to think so much about the strategy, though Seb has just gone past.
Safety car,
pit options, pit onto the mediums, a fresh set. Let's go to that set. Not that it matters, but yeah, okay. Let's let everyone bunch up and we'll be right back. Okay, so Vettel's in. Bottas has had a similar idea as well, although I think he's replacing his front wing. Alonso has retired due to that incident. The safety car is still out. Seb now comes in for mediums, which he's going to take to the end of this race. And this is getting very interesting. We're only going to lose one place, which is to Magnussen. And then we should all bunch up anyway behind the safety car. Vesti and Latifi may not get to catch it because they're so far away. But the safety car definitely shouldn't be in this lap. It isn't, which is good. Which then means Vettel gets to catch up with absolutely everybody. Come on, Vettel. Come on, Vettel. Catch up. Catch up, because the safety car is going to be in this lap, I think. It's not in this lap. It's staying out again. So, Vettel is definitely going to be in a good position. We've got all battery charged for both drivers. Vesti is so far away, but at least he can push. The safety car will be in on this lap, I assume. We should get the announcement anytime soon. There we go. Safety car is ending. The sensible thing to do as the lead driver here is to push as you go after this chicane. So let's watch this in one time at the moment. We've overtaken Bottas, which is definitely not allowed under safety car, but that might be an old thing from the pit lane. It probably is because Bottas fitted a new wing, so we probably jumped him in the pits. But right, let's quickly go as we're in one time speed. We're just going to watch it from the TV. Hopefully it gives us a better angle than this because I can't. I'm better off. There we go. So no, I'm going to stick on this. I prefer looking at this one. I'm pretty sure Leclerc's going to go straight after this chicane. So we're going to go now. We're going to go deploy. We're going to push. We're going to go aggressive. Attack. Or we're going to attack, not aggressive. Deploy. I mean, Vesti's so far behind. He may catch Latifi and get a spot or two. But Vesti's praying for another safety car. That's what Vesti's doing. But, right, let's get on board with Seb. And see how we do from the restart. There is Magnussen. The McLarens are in front of us. We've lost one space, but we're on tyres till the end of this race now. That's it. We're not pitting again. We're in a good position, I think, with Seb, because everyone else, I think, is going to pit again. They have to, right? They have to. We've got absolutely fresh tyres coming round as Seb's trying to get past K-Mag here. Could be a battle that goes on for a little while, but as long as we keep pace with the others in front, I really don't mind. As Vesti is trying to close that gap to Latifi. Come on, Vesti. Possibly the worst driver on the grid, Vesti. Worse than Latifi. That's take some taking. Take some doing. But yeah, Seb still trying his hardest to get past K-Mag. He's trying to get his foot down here. Not having it. K-Mag's like, no chance, mate. You haven't got the pace at the moment. So that's all right. But yeah, a full safety car, a VSC. Couple of yellow flags. It's been an entertaining Suzuka. So Vettel has overtaken Magnussen. There we go. We can see the replay for you here. Down the start, finish straight. Nice and easy. Got a good exit out of the last corner. And just had more pace than Magnussen. Easy as you like. And now we're hot on the tails of the McLarens in front of us. There is a second gap, actually. So we're going to keep it on deploy. Try and close that gap around the technical sections out of the corners. Just to make sure we have DRS. And yeah, Vettel's in a good place. He's in a good position right now. Well, he's in such a good position. He's fighting with Daniel Ricciardo, and there's... Oh, he's got to get on the brakes there into the chicane. And he sort of corner cuts a little bit, but makes it work. And he's passed. And here we go. People are pitting. People are pitting again. Leclerc is in for his stop. Can we see what he's going to go on to? Not just yet. Tsunoda's also in the pit lane. So, Leclerc is coming on to another set of mediums, which he's going to try and make last till the end, I'm sure. So, Leclerc really drops down there. That could be a bit of a... Well, it's not going to be a faux pas for Ferrari because they've got the pace to get back into it. But Tsunoda also onto the medium. So, I'm expecting us to see people come in and, yeah, pit again, which only works in Vettel's favour. That is going to be absolutely amazing. Vettel up to 10th, chasing down Lando Norris now. We're on, yeah, we're in a good position here. We're in a very good position. Come on, Seb. So just as we're watching on board with Vesti, with Vettel, sorry, Vesti's locked up and caused a crash. Oh no, Bottas has got. Well, whoever. Oh, who was that there? We were looking at Vesti. Someone had that, but there's been a crash. Vesti has a time penalty. Yeah, I don't know. Terminal front wing damage. Oh my god. Just what is wrong with you, Vesti? What is wrong with you? I mean, he's so far out of this race. He's going to use both front wing. I'm retiring the car. I'm just going to retire the car. It's not worth keeping him out. More options. Retire the car. Like, yeah, he's up to 17th, but he's got a time penalty. He's fucked up the strategy. He's crashed numerous times. Vesti is retiring the car. We're giving up on him. Let's just have a quick look at this then, see what he does. So Vesti trying to battle with both of the Haas. Comes around the corner. He's so bad at braking. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Vesti. You're so bad. So bad. As Danny Rick gets back... Norris, sorry, gets back past Vettel, but we are harvesting up there. So we're retiring the car for Vesti again. Oh my god. He's lucky he's only got like 3 races left. But you're doing alright, Seb. You're doing alright. Just keeping the DRS of Lando. And we're in a good position. We're in a very good position. Because everyone else, I feel, is going to pit again. I don't think they can make their tyres last till the end. We do have to make sure we manage these. But I'd rather do it after everyone's pitted. We'll drop the tyres down a little bit. How is everyone's tyre wear doing? Yeah, 60%. Perez will have to come in again soon. The only thing with Vesti is that if we kept him out, it may have caused another safety car. But he's done. We're retiring him. It was dreadful driving from him. Okay, Hamilton has pitted. He comes out on fresh, soft tyres. So we're starting to see all the people in front of us potentially taking their pit stops here. Which, again, if we can get these tyres to the end, it's a wonderful bit of strategy. As we've got someone going very, very slow in front of us here. Is it a back marker of the Haas? I think it is, yeah. It's Schumacher or Magnussen. It is Magnussen, who is holding everybody up and making this very, very awkward. But we can use this opportunity to save a bit of tyres, actually, because we're just going to follow Lando Norris through whilst we're still charging up our battery as well. So we can definitely use this to our advantage, especially that everyone else is going to pit again. I keep saying it, but it's a big deal for us. Because Hamilton's pitted early to try and get the undercut on a lot of people. But Verstappen finds himself up to 2nd. Russell in 1st. It is proving to be yeah, an interesting little race here. Okay, we've saved a bit of the tyre there. We can go back to neutral and let Seb manage that around where he needs to. Because we're going to get DRS down this straight as well. We'll just check that I'm right when I say that. Are we going to get DRS down here? We should do at some point. Hello? Hello? No, we don't. Did Daniel Ricciardo? No, maybe that's not a DRS. I thought that was a DRS straight. Obviously not. But, yeah, we're in a good position. We're in a good position. Verstappen pits. Right, who else is going to be pitting on this lap? Is Norris going to come in? No, Norris isn't. So Norris, Gasly and Zhou, basically when they come into pit, that's when we push really, really hard on everything. As, there we go, DRS is now pulling us back in to Lando Norris. So we'll just get that on harvest now that we're right up his behind, which is good, and we're running the tyres as we should. We are coming to potentially a few more back markers, though, which could cause a bit of an issue. As long as we stay behind Norris here, I'm very happy to go through the S's and stay on the back of Lando Norris, managing our ERS, which is lovely. Right, we'll pop it on neutral so that we can potentially have a go. And I'm going to take a bit off the tyres, actually, because Norris is pulling us along, which is lovely. We've basically charged up our battery, ready for when everyone else pits. Yeah, we're in. I'm very happy with this position that Seb Vettel is in at the moment. And the more he drives like this, the more money gets added to his next contract offer every time. So it's a good position for Seb to be in right now. He could be earning quite the wage after this Grand Prix if he scores good points for us again. And if he gets a podium, I'll offer him 15 million as a first offer and see if he takes it. So, yeah, a very good position for Seb right now. He's doing very, very well. I'm still checking to see if this is a DRS zone. Obviously it's not. Honestly, I thought this straight was a DRS zone. But definitely not. Right, people are pitting. Russell, Sainz, Ocon. Is Norris and Zhou going to come in? And Gasly, that's the ones we need to watch. Oh, he's spun! Vettel spun at the key moment. This is where we're just about to go and press really hard. Oh, Seb.
Taking a look again.
Seb. Oh, too quick on the power. Hopefully he's corrected that. That is a nightmare from Seb. Just as I'm talking about his pay and his money. Right, push. Everyone's got to push. There's no damage to the car. Everyone is still in the pit, so we are still going to jump everyone. We're just not going to be in the position that we thought, because we would have had even further ahead of everyone. I mean, we have got a big gap now between us, and we need to push, Seb. So don't let it affect you. Come on. Come on, Seb. I believe in you. We can make this work. We can make this work. Six sort of seconds to a car behind is the issue. We're up into second. Perez is well out in front. I think Perez has to pit again. Yeah, he does. So we may well be leading the race at some point in Japan. But for now, Seb just needs to push as hard as he can for the time being, and then we'll focus it in a minute. Okay, Seb set the new fastest lap there, which is good work from him, which is really good. He's pulled away from Daniel Ricciardo, closed a little bit of the gap to Perez, who will be coming into pit probably this lap, I imagine. And then we'll be leading the Grand Prix, and we just have to see if we can get the tyres to the end. 71% left of the tyres. Not many laps to go, but it is quite hard on the tyres here in Suzuka. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about Daniel Ricciardo. He's going to pit again at some point, I imagine. But, yeah, we've got a good 2-second gap to him anyway. So, Seb is still pushing and still working hard. We will have to come off the ERS at some point. But at the moment, we're doing all right. Seb's racing well. He had that spin, but he seems to have, regained his composure after that. And most importantly, kept all the positions that he gained from the pit stop. So, yeah, at the moment, a good position. A good position. We'll put that back into neutral for now. We do have a big long straight coming up, which is very good. In fact, can we harvest? Totally harvest on this last bit of the lap. Again, not too worried about Danny Rick behind us. Russell is closing the gap to Danny Rick, but yeah, again, I'm not expecting a podium. We've put ourselves in a very good position for it, but I'm not expecting a podium. Quick check on the tyres. They seem to be in line at the moment, which means we could probably... in fact, we can actually do it through here, can't we? Can we push those tyres to the end? We can potentially get there. We'll have to manage it ever so slightly as Seb goes through the chicane. Still harvesting up, which is fine. Danny Rick is now in the pits, so that's okay. We've still got a bit of harvest here. I think we may ask him to harvest for a couple of laps, and then we're going to push again. The Perez is going to come into pit, isn't he? And that is when we push. We've got a 7-second gap to George Russell behind us. This is a bit tense. Okay, so lap 43, 10 laps to go. Perez is still out on 27% tyre wear, which is very impressive. Surely he's got a pit. Russell span behind us, so Sainz has got past him. And we're still charging our battery. And as soon as that says 100% and we get over the start-finish straight, we're going to deploy and hopefully increase this gap. I feel like we may need to drop to aggressive on the tyres at some point, but I want us to keep pushing as much as we can at the moment whilst harvesting. And then when we deploy the ERS, we'll probably lower the tyres a little bit. But Perez is racing so well on these such hard-worn tyres. I don't think he's going to make it to the end. 10 laps on 29% tyre wear. He might get a puncture. He may get a puncture. Okay, battery fully charged. Still got a huge gap to Sainz behind us. So we're now going to deploy our battery on this lap and see what we can do in terms of pace. We're going to do one lap fully deployed with push on everything, and then we're going to drop the tyres down just to make sure we do manage them as we go. So let's see, 2.7 seconds. When we come back, I'm hoping that is a larger gap. Okay, the pure pace of the Ferrari meant it's a similar gap, but yeah, we left the tyres on full attack mode there, which I thought Seb was going to run wide, which is interesting. So Sainz is more than likely going to catch us, which again I don't mind because it then means we get DRS. and that helps the tyres. It helps harvest some ERS. So, yeah, at the moment, I'm happy with the position we find ourselves in. Perez is still going on 21% tyres with not many laps to go. He may eke those out, which is unbelievable. In real life, he would be losing so much pace right now. So much pace. But the patch hasn't come out yet for tyre deg, so yeah, we just need to focus on that one. But Sainz, as you can see, really pulling us in. He'll be within DRS very soon. Luckily, he's got a 4-second gap behind him to Russell, so yeah, we're not out of the podium yet, but I would take anything in the top 10, to be honest. So here we go. Actually, from this position, I think it needs to be like top 7, but yeah, let's see how it unfolds. Okay, so the moment has come. Oh, Perez is pitting. Perez is finally pitting. Sainz is behind us, trying to make this move. I'm pretty sure he's coming out. He's going in on his hards. He's going to come out on softs. That makes sense. Oh my word. Deploy and go attack just for this bit. If we can come out ahead of Perez, which we're going to do, and then Sainz gets past us and we hang on the back of Sainz, I am definitely not against that. Definitely not against that. Perez drops all the way down to 5th. So Vettel leads the Suzuka Grand Prix with 5 laps to go. And we're in such a good position here. Such a good position. Sainz right on our tail. Don't mind if he gets past us. We'll hang on the back of him, hopefully. Okay, so we're trying to do the tactic that we always do. Actually, let the faster car go past us so that we can...
Car in the wall.
Someone's crashed. Is it going to be a safety car? Is it going to be a safety car? Because everyone's on fresher tyres than us. Right. So, he now gets through. Hopefully, he doesn't have DRS. We have DRS. Save some. Save it. Save everything. Don't go past him. Oh, Seb. Seb, we need you to sit behind him and just save the tyres a little bit. That's what we need to do. Save the tyres. We're still harvesting, though, which is the crucial bit. So hopefully we'll be ready for the last couple of laps. Okay, finally, Sainz has actually got past us. It's in a bit of a technical sector, and I think he's going to be able to put a bit of a gap on us here. So we're going to have to go into aggressive to make sure we hold within that second. That's all we need to do in this sector here, is stay within that 1 second gap. So again, I think we're going to have to deploy slightly because he is pulling away in that faster Ferrari. Verstappen's closing the gap as well.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
0.9. 0.95. He's over a second away. This could be Sainz done and dusted away from us, to be honest. 1.095. 1.2. I don't think we're going to get DRS down this start-finish straight. No, we're not. So we're going to have to keep on deploying to try and get back into Sainz's range. I'm more worried about the tyres, though, than anything else. So we do have a big train of cars catching us up as well, which is a little bit concerning because Verstappen's so much quicker than us. He's going to drag Russell and Perez and Leclerc all in with us, which is why I said top 7 would still be very respectable in this race. 3 laps to go, 38% tyres. We are deploying our battery to try and keep pace with Carlos Sainz, but I don't think it's going to work. And we have Max Verstappen right on our tail. So it's going to be a very interesting last couple of laps. I think we can say that much. So I think the inevitable is now going to happen. We have been trying to catch up to Sainz, but he's just absolutely flown away from us. And Max Verstappen and the cars behind us are going to have DRS. And, well, Verstappen has already got past us. So Russell is now hot on our tails. And I think Verstappen's going to break this 1 second pretty quickly as well. But it's not a terrible position for us to be in. And Russell and Perez are fighting quite a lot, which is good. We need those to really fight and sort of hold each other up. In fact, if we get on board with Russell, you can see how close he is to us right there. 35% tyres. We have no ERS charge because, well, Verstappen and Sainz have just completely left us for dead. But it's now all about Seb just defending. His tyres are slightly below where we need them to be, but there is only 3 laps left, so it's gonna be tense. So Russell is definitely going to get us on the start-finish straight. Perez may as well, but the one stopper I think we can say it has worked because it's got us up the order so much better. Now Perez, who obviously took those hards so far away, is now on our tail. But can we use this as an opportunity to sit with Russell, who isn't as fast as the Ferrari and Max Verstappen in the Red Bull. So I think we go attack, and attack with everything to try and make this work. I know the tyres are going to be poor, but we need to stay with Russell here. We need to do everything we can to stay with him round these corners. I know your tyres are getting warm, Seb. I know they're getting warm, but we need to be within DRS. Although we probably should still get it off Perez. I can't push the tyres any more than that. 31%.
Copy.
Vettel is just within at the moment. Put that onto neutral because ERS is empty. So as we get it round corners, we'll just deploy it straight away. Perez is right there as well. It's going to be a very, very tense ending this last lap. Normally I'd be charging up now, but I don't think there's much point to do it because we've just got to try and keep the pace as much as we can. And you see Russell just pulls away out of a second. So infuriating. We're going to go as full send as we possibly can on the last lap. Perez is going to take us for sure. Let's just see if we can harvest. Not deploy too much around here. 30% tyre wear is there. We're into the danger zone for tyre wear, but it is the last lap. Right, and now we go with everything we've got for this last lap. Come on, Seb. There goes Perez.
Copy.
If we can defend from Leclerc as well. Can we defend from Leclerc? I mean, we're going to pop it into neutral. I think it's a bit too late. Leclerc might take us. Perez is off into the distance.
This is last lap. This is last lap.
It's tough. It's tough. I think the strategy we've done has been really good. And I think we would have tumbled down the order far too much if we had done another stop onto softs. But yeah, we're in a good position. We'll ride on board with Charles Leclerc, who is sitting behind Sebastian Vettel. We've got 11% battery. Where's the best time to deploy it? Probably not now. No, we'll deploy it off the next corner, the big corner. Oh my word. I think we've got enough of a gap to Hamilton, which means we're going to be finishing top 6. But you can see the difference in the speed of the cars when they're on the fresher tyres. I mean, Charles Leclerc is on the medium as well, so he's not going to be super pace difference compared to tyres. As Seb's here right now, let's deploy this because this is where we need to keep Charles Leclerc behind us. And Seb's doing a fantastic job of it at the moment. Really not many corners to go. It's actually basically this left and then into the chicane. And Charles Leclerc is really pushing. I don't think he's going to get it done though. And we're going to go on to Sebastian Vettel as he comes around the final corner. Sainz wins it. Verstappen second, Russell third, Perez fourth, and Sebastian Vettel is holding off Charles Leclerc to claim fifth. Come on, Seb. That is superb from Sebastian Vettel. Yet again, he's made those tyres work. As Cronin says, absolutely brilliant from Seb. What a race once again from Sebastian Vettel. Unbelievable stuff. Finishing ahead of a Ferrari, a Mercedes, the Alpines. Oh, yes, Seb. Absolutely lovely stuff from Sebastian Vettel. Carlos Sainz wins it, climbing 18 places. Max Verstappen up 6, Russell up 2, Perez up 14, Vettel up 9, Leclerc drops 5, Hamilton drops 4, Ocon drops 2. But in terms of the drivers, Seb now on 67 points, adding 10 to his total there and gaining on Valtteri Bottas. And in the constructors, we gain 10. We widen our gap to AlphaTauri. We close the gap on Alpine as well. It's looking good for Aston Martin at the moment. And Seb Vettel, what a man. Right, first things first, we are back in to Seb again. He's only got one, we've got one chance to negotiate. His patience is low. So I'm going in with a big boy offer here. Because he has been driving absolutely superbly. So we're going to go 15.5 million. And I know he wants that. So I'm going to say if you finish 5th or above, you can get a slightly bigger bonus. I mean, slightly bigger. We'll go to 1.6. Is he going to say 5th isn't achievable? He's probably going to say 5th isn't achievable. We're then going to give him a 3-season contract, which I know is what he wants. Come on, Seb. Car 1. No, he's not happy with 3 seasons. Happy with money. He's declined it. Oh, man. What? You want a 4-season contract? And he thinks 5th is literally the contract. Okay. It's literally the contract. We can't offer him yet. We'll have to do it after the next race. But we're getting closer to sorting it out with Seb. And I don't mind paying him loads of money because the chances are our second drivers and reserve are earning such little money at the moment. But yeah, okay, we're getting there with Seb. I think we know what we need to do. Front wing is manufactured. Good, because Vesti just keeps on breaking them. The Japanese Grand Prix last weekend was very good, and we are exceeding expectations. Well done Seb, lovely, lovely stuff. Right, we're going to go and manufacture loads of front wings because, well, you know, Vesti, that's why. We've got loads of money left in our cap as well. What are we actually developing? I need ongoing current projects. Nothing. We've got both projects going into design. I think that makes sense. I'm happy with where the car is at the moment. So, front wing, FW23. Let's just get 4 of them in there because people keep breaking them. No names. If we rush them, it's only an extra 200 grand. So, what's the difference? 2 days, 4 days, 6 days, 8 days. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, let's rush it for 200 grand. I don't mind that. Get them in, get them done, get them in the warehouse. I've got a feeling we needed a chassis as well. Yes, we do. Let's get... We'll rush that. We'll get... we'll have 3 of those in the background as well. Go for that because at the moment, I don't think car 2 has a chassis on it. No, it doesn't. So we will be putting that one. Oh, crap. I wanted it on car 2. And that one still sits on car 1. Because Seb doesn't break his toys. He plays nicely with them and gets them done. I've just realised as well we put new engine components in Vesti's car. And then he fucked it up again. What an idiot. Right, we'll be back for the next Grand Prix of the Circuit of Americas in Texas. We'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I always forget to mention all of that. So I mention it at the end when probably everyone stopped watching. Aston Martin are on the up. The future is greeny yellow. Awesome.